I wish that Jamaica will progress in strength by strength to strength for the future, which at the end of the tunnel there is a light.
Mr. Williams, Jamaica will celebrate its 60th anniversary of independence this year, and you have made significant contribution to where we are now.
Yes.
In relation to our celebration, could you walk us through your service, the many roles that you would have played, and how it is that you became a JDF soldier?
At about 13 years of age, I ran away, coming to Kingston or Kilsome, I do not know where, following some people, going to the market, walking through the hills, in spite of snake and all sort of bad dog and thing, followed through the mountains. And when I reached at Golden Spring, a lady saw me and said, "Come here, you bad little boy, where you go?" She was from my district. She threw me into the truck, which was going back to the district. And I was not rude to her. I was just manner of the little boy. And then afterward, I grabbed my opportunity because I was determined, and I ran away again. And before that, there was a sweetie named Bustamante, Backbone, that broke out people's teeth. And I said, if that is named after a man named Bustamante, I go and find him. So at all costs, through the valleys of the shadows of death, I ran away again and found myself in front of his desk, then he being the mayor of Kingston and St. Andrew. I explained to him exactly why I wanted to see him, and he said, "Sit down." He took up his telephone after listening to my plea, and that my mother was unable to take care of us because father died at 7 years old. That is 7 years old. And then he took up his phone and spoke to somebody. Then he asked for his chauffeur to bring up the car, and I was placed in the back of the car. I was taken to a location where two ladies came out. I was welcomed there, and I grew there, and while there, I wanted to be a priest or a soldier. I was then a Boy Scout and Scoutmaster. I heard the bugle up camp and the bells down at Cathedral because I was a member of the North Street Catholic Church Choir. And I said, I want to be a soldier. And a soldier I must, even for Christ as well, because you can't be a soldier on one side, you have to be both soldiers. So I was enlisted in the Jamaica Battalion by Colonel Maskell. He was the recruiting officer then, and so on the 6th of October I was enlisted and taken up to Newcastle for training. After graduation, I tell you, I was the smallest one among 80. When they said tallest to the right and shortest to the left, you couldn't see me because I was way down. Nevertheless, I went to training and then graduated from Newcastle. Then we had to walk down, and we were stationed at Palisadoes Camp, where the new airport is now. The Jamaica Defence Force then was not formed, so under the British, I had a stint of 9 months. I went to Cable and Wireless. By the grace of God, I was involved in communication between War Office London and War Office Jamaica, which is now headquarters, Jamaica Defence Force. And then there was a vacancy in the Royal Course of Signals, and without any hesitation, they sent for me from Cable and Wireless to join the Royal Course of Signals, British Army, and to which I served as a message center corporal. Then I went to the post office as the garrison postmaster, and then, as the Lord would have it, the headquarters, Jamaica Defence Force, then formed, saw something more in me than anything else. So I was sent to Jamaica Telephone Company, because at first it was Cable and Wireless. When I was there for 9 months, then telephone company was formed, I was sent to telephone company to be trained by a telephone company supervisors to be able to take over the Jamaica Defence Force telephone exchange. And so, as an operator, then I was sent back to be a supervisor, and then I took over the telephone exchange as supervisor for the Jamaica Defence Force. And surprisingly, I was involved as the chief photographer for the Jamaica Defence Force. I was also freelance photographer for the Gleaner. That in all the military involvement, military parade and all that, I was able to do the caption signed by my commanding officer, and then taken to the Gleaner, and they publish it, and they pay me in check for services rendered in the area of photography. At that point in time, I served 10 years as security manager for the Jamaica Telephone Company, island-wide. Then I retired from there and resigned and went to St. Mary Banana Estates as their chief security officer. And there my outreach program and my outreach involvement was noticed by the custos there, Mr. Pottinger, and so I was recommended to the Governor General for the Governor General's Award in 1995.
Carry us back though to 1962, August 5. What were you doing before we would have hoisted our Jamaican flag?
At the headquarters, then Caribbean area, now headquarters Jamaica Defence Force, the British flag was always on the high-mast. In keeping with the timing of the raising of the Jamaica flag at the stadium, I was on duty at headquarters JDF, having got the privilege to take down, to lower, not to take down, to lower the British flag and hoist the Jamaica flag at headquarters Jamaica Defence Force, in keeping with the same timing as Corporal Francis was blowing the bugle, heralding independence for the Jamaica, as well as for the entire Jamaica, which celebrated that with a lot of fireworks and all that sort of thing, to which I was in part of that group.
Tell us the feeling, how you felt that day while raising the Jamaica flag for the first time. Tell us what was going through you, man.
Well,
how you're
for me, there was a lot of excitement. And in preparation for that, the whole of parade, downtown parade, seemed to be the capital, was decorated with all sorts of flags and coat of arms all around parade. Parade was the center of all that. That's downtown parade, right on the park, as the center for the people who could not be at the arena would be down there. So it was a great time. I felt good because I was a part of it.
Being a part of such a historical moment, you mentioned, feeling good that you were a part of it. But I want to find out from you. You're now 89 years old and you still continue to display this spirit of patriotism that perhaps is lacking now from many of our Jamaicans. But what is your take on that? How do you feel in relation to how it is now in Jamaica?
In Jamaica, you have a scale of good and a scale of bad, a scale of excellence and a scale of non-excellence. And it is only a pity that there are few who are contaminating, and I use the word contaminating, the goodness of the spirit of all Jamaicans with crime and violence on one hand, and those who are trying to keep the flag going.
What about Jamaica do you like the most and why?
The people are nice. They are friendly. They are cooperative. I'm talking about the majority of, not the minority. I wish that Jamaica will progress in strength, by strength to strength, for the future, which at the end of the tunnel there is a light. And under God, we hope that that light will become brighter and brighter each day under whoever government that serves.